Greetings, Poke fans. Welcome back to Poke Relaxing. Today, we're going to talk about the contents in these bad boys. As you can see, this is 4 sealed ETB cases of... Boy, that's pretty shaky. I'm holding that with one hand. Sword and Shield, set 12.5. Which is Crown Zenith. My personal favorite set, at least as far as like relatively modern era Pokemon. And I wanted to do a video where I told you kind of why I like this set and what I've done to invest in this set. So I'll show you my keyboard, I guess, with the video, and we'll look at this web browser here to dig in a little bit deeper. So these ETBs, which I have 4 cases in front of me of, right over here, and I just bought these a couple weeks ago, these 4 cases. And I had purchased 4 cases of ETBs of Crown Zenith, like, I don't know, 7-8 months ago. Like, when I first got into Pokemon, I bought a bunch of cases because I sort of had a sense that this was a great set. Mostly because it's just loaded with hits, very high pull rate, and that's kind of my style. I think that's... one of the most attractive things about a set is, having lots of cards, even if they're not like high value. And that was really before kind of the entire Pokemon market exploded. So it's kind of crazy that when I bought those Crown Zenith cases before, like the first 4 that I bought, I paid like $45 per ETB for those cases, and I bought those from a site called DealerNet, which is for card dealers to buy directly from each other. And so usually you get a little bit better deal there than you would most other places, but not always. So I bought for $45 each those first 4 cases worth of these things. And then I found, a couple weeks ago, one of my go-to, like small card shop that happens to have an online presence type situations. I noticed they had a bunch of these in stock for, wait for it, $50 a piece. And so that was, let's see, what's December 23rd? So it was about right around here, December 10th, maybe December 7th, that I found those, those ETBs at the site I bought them from, which I have to keep secret. It's pretty small, and I like to kind of keep an eye on things there and mine it for deals. I don't want to have too many prying eyes on that site, but there's lots of shops like that have an online presence, and they put a lot of their inventory online. So I encourage you to check out any online shops in your area, or any LCSs in your area that might have an online presence. But anyways, so yeah, I when I found it, I looked up what the ETPs were going for, and I was shocked to see they were selling for, I think it was actually like $72 or so at that point. Maybe it was right here. So they were $50 each, and I was like, oh man, gotta scoop those up. So I scooped up 4 cases worth. I think they had a fair bit more, but what happens is whenever I order like a quantity like that of something, then they just up the price, because they just, they go and look at what the market is for it and then adapt. And that's what I do with my online shop. So a lot of people have gotten really good deals by snatching up stuff that I just haven't raised the price on, because I don't reprice stuff really unless somebody buys something, and then I sometimes will look it up to see if I should adjust pricing. And that's kind of what you have to do, really, unless you're like a big online seller and you have some sort of automated software they can do that somehow, but I don't even know like what that software would look like. But in any event, they're selling for right now. Now they're up to 73. So awesome deal I got on those. Now, interestingly, I ordered a couple of older Sun and Moon ETBs in part of that same order, and they just kind of threw them in this giant box with these 4 cases, and one of those ETBs got smashed. So I'm gonna actually open that one up in another video. I thought about like contacting them and saying, can I return it or something, but I was like, yeah, you know what? I mean, I got such a great deal on these things. I'm just gonna swallow it, and the packs inside should be okay. So I mean, how often do I get to open Sun and Moon packs? Almost never. So I said, I'll just hang on to it, make their life easy. Anyways, that was a little side story. So here's what the ETBs are going for. This is a specialty set, so there are no booster boxes and a lot of other formats that you would typically see with, mainline sets. So the focus is on these ETBs. There are also booster bundles, which have been kind of relatively easy to get. I haven't managed to get any in the last couple months, but I see them sort of popping up on my price tracker at Best Buy a fair bit. So I think there were opportunities. I didn't happen to, strike gold on any of them, but there were opportunities to buy those at MSRP in the last, 2-3 months, and still might be today. But then the third format that I think I would consider kind of one of the more relevant, or I don't know what you want to say, more popular formats of this stuff is not this guy, but this guy. This is the Sea and Sky Premium Collection Box, which has I think 12. Is it 12 packs? No, I think it's 14. Yeah, because it's like 7 and 7, 4, 3, 4, 3, so 7 and 7. Excuse me, I'm still getting over this COVID I had, so I think my lungs are a little bit challenged. But in any event, yeah, so these continue to be for sale allegedly, although I have to say, I have checked a few times when they said in stock. I go to the site where they sell them, which is Sam's Club. It's a Sam's Club exclusive. And I put it in my cart. It lets me put it in my cart, and then I try to check out, and then it says out of stock. So I'm like, okay, what the F? So I don't know if this has actually ever been in stock in the last month, but people keep like linking to it in like the price trackers, the deal tracker apps. And I think it's because it says it's in stock. It'll even let you put it in the cart, but then you try to check out and it won't let you. So I don't really know that there's actually been any of these for sale in the last month, but I picked up a bunch of these. It was basically, it was limit 70 per member. And a lot of people bought these online. I never really saw them when they were online. I don't even think I knew about them, but my local Sam's Club is pretty kind of minimally trafficked by, Pokemon collectors, so I've gotten a couple of things there that ended up being pretty popular, and they had lots of these for, a week or so available, and I bought like my member limit of 70 of them, and now I have a lot of them, but they were $40 in store, $39.99. Now you can see the market prices. It's down a little bit here this week, but generally between $65 and $70. So real nice investment. There. I mean, even if you get it at the MSRP. So if you ever see it on samsclub.com or in your local stores, you should absolutely pick these bad boys up. Now, true story, I opened like 2 of these, and I didn't really get much out of them, and I was kind of disappointed. I was like, did I have a fever dream that this set was rocking with pulls? But I did open like an ETB of this stuff when I just started collecting Pokemon stuff, like whatever, 8-9 months ago, and that was, and there's a video of it out somewhere, I think. Yeah, it will be on my ASMR Sports channel, where I do sports content. But I remember thinking, boy, there's a lot of hits in this stuff, and that's kind of its reputation. So Shortly after that, I was like, this stuff seems like I should, definitely pick up a lot of it, because getting lots of hits is definitely one of my favorite things in collecting all kinds of cards. But in any event, I didn't have any luck, but then my kids opened a couple boxes like 2 weeks ago, and they ended up pulling like some of the best cards you can get out of there. So I don't know. I just didn't have the hot hand, I guess. But I was a little scared maybe that these products, which are, relatively new, didn't have the pull rates of some of the older stuff, like the ETBs. But I think it was just sort of bad luck on the two that I opened. And their probably pull rates are just fine. But speaking of what you can pull, let's talk about it. So this set is just so like rich with awesome cards, I think, that are kind of above that like $20 price point. Some of the top ones are these like, I think, are these all like dragons? I think they're all like dragons. Actually, that's a horse, but these other 3 gold ones are dragons, and they look really cool, and dragons are really cool, so you can see why they have lots of value. But the top one is the Giratina, 151 bucks. Let's get a closer look at that one. Not a huge fan of this one, actually. I don't know what this Giratina is, but I feel like all the Giratinas are so weird. The illustrations, you like can't even like get a sense of what the dude looks like. Is he a fish? Maybe he's a fish. Maybe he's a fish dragon. But yeah, I don't have any like high dollar Giratinas. I know there's a couple that you can pull from sets in the last couple of eras. But this second best card is the Mewtwo, and this is one that my older daughter pulled out of her box of this stuff. It looks pretty cool. It's really on a rocket ship. I mean, it was down at 60 like back in late November. Now it's pushing 100 here in late December, so that one's kind of gone up. I mean, I think every card in here has kind of been going up, just because, the better Pokemon cards in every set really have been going up the last month or so, along with the entire market. So that's helpful, and that's why those ETBs are like pushing 75 bucks right now. And I have this one, which I think I bought like as a single from my local game store. It's a really cool looking card. What can I tell you else? I mean, there's a bunch of evolutions in here. There's also an Eevee somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's a valuable one though, but good for the Eevee collectors to have a lot of evolutions and the Eevee somewhere in the set. But this Pikachu I've pulled like 3 times, I swear, and that's kind of on the way up as well, but down a little bit in the last couple weeks. So just a ton of value, and excuse me. Again, this is a set that you have to realize is relatively available. I mean, you can still run into the ETBs occasionally at retail outlets, or even an LGS store, selling it for MSRP, which, because they sell for 72 bucks on TCG player, I mean, buying this at MSRP is a steal. And again, I think that you can get those Sam's Club boxes with a little bit of effort. I haven't really been trying too hard, but maybe if you try harder, you can get them. So, like, it has this many cards that are above $20 at a point where it's still relatively available. So you have to imagine that, once this stuff goes out of stock, and it's like there's basically no way to get it at MSRP, everything's going to go up, because it's just going to be that much harder to find these things out of, unopened packs. And I mean, it's, everything depends on the state of the broader market, right? If everything is going down in Pokemon, then, these are going to go down too. But assuming it's relatively stable or rising, you have to believe, and I think most people who are buying Crown Zenith to stash away as an investment are, very much imagining that when it goes out of stock in retail outlets, It's going to be, and I should also say that if you go to Pokemon Center, like there's a bunch of products that that you can get that have Crown Zenith packs in it. And I think basically anything you get here will be like $5 a pack. Let's see, like this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 11 packs. So 11 packs for $59.99. So that's a little bit over $5 a pack right now, and there might be some that actually are a little bit better. Well, actually, look like right here, right? You get these 3 packs, and it's under $5 a pack. I mean, third of a cent's under, but 3 packs for $5, or for less than $5 is, that's for a set that's hot. Forget about it. That's a deal, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you look at 151, which I think is sort of in a similar situation where it's like, yes, they're still sort of making this available in retail outlets, but it goes very quickly, and it's very difficult to beat the bots trying to get it. But theoretically, it's still out there, and in fact, 151 is actually much newer, and therefore should be more available than this stuff. But it's it's like roughly equivalent, and it's a very in-demand set. Those packs, those are $10 a piece right now in the aftermarket. They're down a little bit in the last couple weeks because there's been a bit more 151 being sold through Walmart in booster bundles. But again, for a specialty set that's in demand, you expect those packs to be pushing $10. And once 151 goes completely out of stock at retail channels, that stuff's going to be like $15 a pack, no question. And I think a lot of the singles, again, assuming there's a relatively stable or rising market, I mean those I can't imagine that the good hits in 151 are not going to kind of creep on up, as well as the singles in Crown Zenith. So to get an in-demand set with a lot of really cool hits that a lot of people really like for $5 a pack is, again, I think when this stuff goes out of stock, when we're like a year from now, you're gonna go back and watch this video, and you're gonna be like, God, why didn't I buy more of that stuff? $5 a pack. Those packs are like $9 each now in every format. So this stuff is certainly attainable, and it will not be forever. So I hope if you like it, if any of these cards speak to you because you like these gold ones, or you like some of the evolutions, or even this Pikachu or whatever, and you like the idea of hits, or if the idea of a hit-rich set appeals to you, I hope you'll pick these things up. By the way, the site that I bought this recent batch of ETBs from, again, I mentioned I got them at 50 a piece. They actually only raised their price to like 65 a piece, even though they're going for 72 plus on TCG Player. So that there's still sort of deals out there. I didn't really look anywhere else for ETBs, so there might be somewhere that's selling them for 50 or 55 right now, and that seems like a pretty solid deal, as does the Sam's Club boxes. Or if you can get the booster bundles from Best Buy, it's kind of stock their website or whatever. I think those are all great pickups. For those who don't know, Crown Zenith is part of the, I think I mentioned this because I mentioned the fact that it's Sword and Shield's at 12.5, but it's the last set in the Sword and Shield era, so it is from the prior era of cards. Right now we're in the Scarlet and Violet era, and I don't know, the fact that it's part of the Sword and Shield era, for me, makes it much more intriguing and interesting. It also means the base cards have yellow borders, which for a lot of people is like nostalgic, because that's the color they were back when Pokemon first started in the U.S. Um, so I don't know, a lot of reasons to like this set, in my view, and I just can I mean, again, the market may tank and everything may be worth 50% of what it is now. In which case, this stuff's going to be, worth 50% less than it is now. But I think you have to assume, if you're investing in something Pokemon, that the market, will be stable or rising. Hopefully not rising like super quickly, but nice and steadily over 2-3 year period of time before it makes a major correction. And if you're assuming that, then it's just very difficult for me to see that this is not a fantastic deal at MSRP. And again, you can get MSRP products with Crown Zenith right now, as many as you want, I think. Actually, let me see. Sometimes they've been limiting stuff, but look at this, you can buy 10. That might be a case. So, it's out there. I actually think these are the best. I think these come 24 in a case, so you can't get a full case of those, but I don't know. That just seems like a no-brainer. Obviously, if you can get it for less. I mean, if you get the Sea and Sky boxes, you're getting 14 packs for $40, so that's like less than $3 a pack. You got to buy as many of those as you can at that point, but I don't know that you're really going to have an opportunity, because it is, as I mentioned, it has not been easy to find these in stock. But actually, like, let's say you find somebody local, $60 for 14 packs. How much is that? So $4.28 a pack, still an outstanding deal if you can find these for $60. I mean, right now you can get them for $67 plus 2 ships, so that's probably right about $5 a pack. But if you can find somebody locally who's got these, Facebook Marketplace or whatever, $60 is a solid deal for this stuff. I think anything under $5 a pack, I think is a solid deal for this stuff, and I'll be, happy to hang on to this for as long as I can. Maybe I'll crack into every time my kids see the boxes of these Sea and Sky that I have. They're like, "Oh, let's open this. Let's open this." So who knows how many will survive? But anyways, I love this set. I think it's got so many great cards, and even excuse me, the cards that aren't that valuable. There's just so many of these like full art cards, illustration rares, the Galarian Gallery cards. There's so many cool cards. I mean, if you open these, if your kids open these, and you just want to see a lot of neat stuff, some of which may not be very valuable, like EV is not very valuable, but it's a cool card. If you're an EV collector, I just think you can't go. There's not a lot of sets that are like half as fun as this one to open, given the number of hits that are possible in it. And a lot of them are valuable. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So I just think this set is absolutely going to last the test of time. But, what do I know? I'm an idiot who's been doing Pokemon for like less than a year, so feel free to take everything I say with a grain of salt. But, again, just comparing it to other sets out there at comparable prices, I just can't see this one. We had to get to like page 4 or something before we got to the 6, even before we got past the hits. So, all right, well, there you go. There's my 24-minute long diatribe / love letter to Crown Zenith, which I absolutely adore. And, if I ever saw ETBs at like $50 or less, I would definitely pick those up. Actually, I kind of want to see what, I'm not going to show you this because I can't show you, it's against the site's rules, but I'm going to look up on DealerNet like what the buy-sell is on these ETBs right now. see, unfortunately, their listings are a little bit polluted with Pokemon Center ones, but it looks like actually there's only one person who is selling. So the last sale on DealerNet of an Elite Trainer box was December 3rd, which is like 3 weeks ago almost, and that was for $50. The day before that, 10 of them sold for $57. So there's just no like activity here, and the lowest price right now on these, and actually the only ETBs that are for sale on DealerNet. Again, it's not like super active, but if there's like no listing on a set that's relatively modern, it tells me that there's really lack of solid supply of these at the dealer level or the wholesale level. But anyways, so the lowest priced and the only price somebody is willing to sell these at is $80. So they're clearly putting them out there, expecting the market to go up to 85 or something like that, and then someone will snatch those up. There's a bunch of people who are offering to buy at $56. So there's the the arbitrage. But again, so like I can sell to these dealers. I would have to ship the thing to them, but at a $6 per ETB profit right now, over what I sold. Of course, I have zero interest in doing that, but that always does make me happy when like I get a price on something that's good enough that I could make a little bit of profit if, I don't know, the world came to an end and I had to liquidate. That makes me feel like really great about a purchase. And then of course, you buy something because you think it's actually going to go up significantly more than it currently is, and that's definitely the hope with Crown Zenith. Anyways, I'm rambling now, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're big fans of Crown Zenith, and if you are, you're finding it out there. I probably won't have any for sale just because I don't really want to sell like any of it for a long time, because I believe in it that strongly. But I don't know if I see any deals on it. I'll probably pass those along if I can. And you might see me open some on the channel here in the coming, weeks or months. That's what we got for today, folks. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. I hope you're finding great deals out there and getting lots of hits in the packs that you open, or enjoying the cards that you've already pulled from packs or purchased from others. We will see you next time. You have a great one. Bye now.